everybody, welcome back to G4G here on YouTube. Today we're looking at a PvP team up that I like to call Team ThundraLord. Interesting little team up. It's one I've wanted to talk about for a bit, but I was training Thundra from 13 to 14. She unfortunately is not 15, which means she can't activate her bruiser benefit, but other than that, she's pretty much topped off. So this is one variant of this particular team. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you a slightly different style to it. How does this team work? Well, this team works thanks to an E-ISO for Thundra called Indomitable Spirit. It suppresses most effects that prevent or remove buffs. As you know, rising up teams fell out of the meta a long time ago because of things like the Blackest Void and the Scroll of Angelob, otherwise known as the SOA. Basically, nothing is more disappointing than building up rising up buffs only to have them offensively cleansed, and then your giant hulking mass of punch out power has turned into a fucking ground squirrel at that point. Well, that's why you don't see those teams anymore. If you do see those teams, they are usually anchored in the Scroll of Aknazak, or the Soak. The Soak was a covert ops item that existed quite a while ago, similar to the Rad-X, or the Rad-Away, or that's Fallout, the Radiation Gadget, Huma Jobber, and a few other things like the Tankard. Well, if you follow my channel, you'll know that the Soak came up for sale in the winter, and I told everybody to get it. Hopefully you did. If you didn't, well, then rising up teams are a little harder to pull off. But Thundra can protect her own rising up buffs with the Indomitable Spirit. Means they can't get removed. This used to be something that was around when Hafe would protect against debuffs and everything, but yeah, he sucks now. By the way, he got another stealth nerf. His combo breaker only fires off 2 times in a round now, regardless of whether or not you have the combo breaker ISO. So if you are running Iron Fist, put that combo breaker ISO back on him. If you're only going to interrupt 2 in a round, you may as well guarantee that'd be the first friggin' 2. And his heal now is awful. I've run into a few defensive teams that were running him here while making this video. Yeah, his heal basically, like, stick your finger in a cup of water and pretend that that's going to heal you. That's about what it does. It's awful. So, I have her ISO'd with Incapacitation on her lightning round. Rolling Thunder has Wide Open. Perfect Storm has Sudarasu, which means that it is stealthy. Cyclone Smash, which is the real big initiator, has her personal AISO called Tempestuous. Preemptively counter with Rolling Thunder before going into Cyclone Smash. She has a passive called Wallbreaker. If she goes in on a protector, she will get another attack on them. This is a little bit of a problem in the current meta because of the Elite ISO, which is going to cause drains. Oh well. Star-Lord is running the Hair Trigger ISO, which means every time he does a gun action, which is his 2 and his 6, he will get a follow-up Spray and Pray. That Spray and Pray will constantly be buffing the team until we cannot get any more buffs, because we have them all. Spray and Pray is running Perfect Shot. Trick Shot is running Increased Chance to Hit because of the wild shots. Quantum Leap is running Locked On, and Element Gun is running On Call so that Rock's Fall can be used as a quick action. My agent, at least for this setup, is running the new Infiltrator suit with the Black Widow ISO that says my single target attacks are stealthy. I am running the new Force of Life Blade, the Lantern of Doom, the BFF, the Cube, and a Scroll of Runemeroth. Now I have this so that I have several items that I can remain phased for quite a while until I'm ready to come out of phased and become tangible again. Basically overloading a lot of subtle items. So here we have Angrier and Kuurth. Interesting. They have magic warding, which kind of sucks, so much for the Smothering Shadow. But oh well. Thundra gets hit by a weak Skeptic. Now, that's the Infiltrator version. If I go to use Cyclone Smash, the enemy agent is going to protect against it. I consider sue him, but I don't really have any buffs yet, and it's going to put it on cooldown. All of these are going to get protected again, so we may as well go for a Cyclone Smash on the enemy agent, the pre-counter of the Rolling Thunder, the Cyclone Smash, and then there's going to be another hit, which is the Lightning Round. So yeah, there's some drains in there, but we've done some pretty good damage. Angrier seems to be 15. Now, my lack of despair... Okay, he's got an extra turn. Why does he have an extra turn? Very interesting. So, I'm still actually intangible. Hurt, but intangible. So, this, as you can see here, it doesn't say tangible, but this does. If I use the Blackest Void right now, I still get to remain phased. Oh boy. So, at this point, my ThundraLord is stealthy. I can hit who I want to hit in the field, and it's going to follow up with Spray and Pray. Now, if I go for the enemy agent, this is a melee attack over here, so it's going to cause a drain. So I went in on Angrier. The Reflect comes in because of the follow-up, but ThundraLord works through it anyway. I take the damage, but it doesn't actually interrupt it. And we are definitely seeing that happen on Rocket Raccoon. So the enemy agent is a total scrub. Unfortunately, still don't have a lot of buffs over here. May as well use it for now. It does pretty decent damage, but of course I have to deal with the straining. Ah, my agent joins in thanks to ThundraLord, which is also going to cause drains. And unfortunately, this team has no despair. My main team does. My main team has actually just recently fought an Angrier. So I'm going to use the Light Fantastic. He's still phased. Basically hoping at some point that Thundra and ThundraLord get strengthened, and there's a reason for that. Gonna come pretty close to killing Angrier over here. Spray and Pray might do it. Well, okay. Oh, so he's running that ISO. So that's Damon's personal ISO over there. Very interesting. The Rolling Thunder is a follow-up because that dude's a protector. Oh, wow. Goodbye. So that was a fortuitous turn of events right over there. It got protected against thanks to the usage of him doing a lunacy. ThundraLord definitely seems to have some stamina issues in PvP. I don't know if anybody else is running them, but I run into this a lot. Misses on Kuurth. That's pretty neato capipo. And now, because of that second application of the lunacy, I'm no longer stealthy. On anything. Which kind of sucks. But this does generally outweigh the damage over there. It does outweigh the drains, except for when that. Really would be nice if my agent wasn't joining in on so much of that, which now makes him waste his turn. But because of Strengthened being out on... Still doesn't have Strengthened. Still doesn't have Strengthened. The goal is to use this as a stealthy move when Thundra and StarLord have Strengthened, because then they will join in on it. But unfortunately, Thundra and StarLord just haven't earned it yet. And Thundra amazingly keeps dodging. Really crazy. Not really... It's very, very lucky here. Considering her evasion is lowered, but... Oh... Well, now she's not going to be dodging, that's for sure. Oh god, do I hate you, Kuurth? I swear to god I hate you. Really, really wish my agent would stop doing that. But that's okay. I'll take that. The enemy agent over there is so close to death. That improbability field should really come close to doing it. And it's going to buff us on our side here. We get fortunate that she still keeps going for the love me. Rock's Fall is a quick action, gets rid of him. And we gotta rest. And I'm just gonna rest a little bit over here so that I can basically work people's stamina back up. Oh. Yeah, that's because of the Love Me over there. The combination of the Love Me and the Lunacy exposing all the stealth and subtle actions. So that's what I've been looking for, is the Light Fantastic. So I can get rid of some of these debuffs over here. She recharges. Now, unfortunately, not going to be stealthy, but we need to do stuff against her. We do know that there's going to be some Love Me counters, but, you know, we got to do what we can do over here. Wonder if we have enough. That's... Oh, yep, that figures. So at this point, this would be a really, really good hit if it wasn't for Curse Runes. Because Thundra is pretty well buffed at this point. The issue is, of course, the runes. This would be stealthy. Hopefully Curse debuffs will work her down. She doesn't blow up the root. I am really surprised that she is not trying to blow somebody up. She's in the blink. Okay, she was in the blink. That's... should have killed her. That's neat. Yeah, I know. Everybody's gonna counter StarLord. Whoa. Whoa! Wow, why is she missing so much? She's missed, like, this entire fight. Oh, her accuracy got really screwed. Oh, dear. Just die to dots. So there you go. Very, very long fight over here. And unfortunately, you don't really get to see Thundra's star power on that one. Mostly due to the fact that with the Kuurth runes, her damage is cut down. So she's fun, but she definitely has some issues. So real briefly, I'm going to go back to my more normal setup, which is another variant of how to go ahead and do this team. So the BFF is going to come out. The Deb is going to come in. And here is where I would typically be using the weather control device, but because the weather control device is going to expose me, I'm going to continue to use the cube instead. I'm giving up on the exhaustion, but I still have a cleanse, so we're not in bad shape over here. Plus, if I need to remove buffs later on, I have a Blackest Void. So here we have an old school, semi-old school of defense. We have a Lunacy over there, we have Kuurth, and we have Emma. So, because this is stealthy, I'm going to go in on the enemy agent. And he has magic warding, which unfortunately sucks. Rolling Thunder joins in, and luckily we don't get a drain this time. Well, geez, if he's going to be that close to death, I'm just going to keep working that agent down. Nice! Okay, well that was certainly pretty easy. And the Deb... Yeah, by the way, Kuurth walks right through the Deb now. That's why you see the dodges, so... That psychic immunity stuff that she was supposed to have has finally caught up with her. So, at this point, we do check and we see that the magic warding is gone because we got rid of the enemy agent. So now I can use the Smothering Shadow. And I'm still phased. Thundra goes nowhere because of the fact that we still have the Shroud up. So, we get a shitty cower. Of course we do. Spray and Pray is going to continue to give him perfect shot. Huh. 12% of a plan. ThundraLord's having fun. Now, as you can see, the Psychic Tap did not go off, and thanks to 12% of a plan, I have a chance to rest it off of me. Thunder dodges. My agent counters. And there's that double drain on Kuurth. So, this will be subtle, or it'll cower. By the way, the pre-counter Infiltrator ISO actually is a negative against the Blade of Light. The reason why it's a negative against the Blade of Light is that if I were to swipe Emma with the Blade of Light, I am still intangible until the attack actually completes. So, dum, dum, dum. Thanks to Sudarasu, that was stealthy. Emma couldn't detect it. She's not going to detect that either. And now she's gone, leaving us with a 3-on-1 against Kuurth, who is gaining escutcheon stacks. But I'm still phased. So that happened. Yeah. So with the covert ISO, if I was to swipe at somebody with this blade, I'm actually intangible until the attack completes. So if a pre-counter comes raring in while I attack with the blade, the pre-counter will fail because I'm still intangible until the attack actually completes. Once the attack completes, I then become tangible. So pre-counters hit me while I'm still in the nether realm and I'm still phased. Oh boy, why that? We didn't get a left. Oh, was that mind control left over? So this may cause a drain, but who cares? Because this stuff is going to happen. There's that double drain bug, unfortunately. So Kuurth is pretty much on death's door. There's a love me. And we could actually take her out with the Blackest Void at this point. There's a lot of things we can do. Sealed Safeguard is another cleanse. So if the Blackest Void fails, you could always use the Sealed Safeguard. And if we look at the Force of Life Blade, Cower, Vampiric, Insanity, all this good stuff. The Love Me kicked in. She stood in the way, but Perfect Storm took her out. So there is Team ThundraLord. There's two variants on it. One is the variant of using the BFF to initiate a lot of follow-ups. You're initiating follow-ups from Thundra. You're initially initiating follow-ups from StarLord. And all of those things make Thundra and StarLord get buffs. The other way, and this is the final way that I was doing it, was more my normal PvP agent. And basically just ways of keeping these two nice and cleaned and topped off so that they can do their work. As you can see, StarLord just hauled ass on that one in the beginning and got rid of a very annoying agent very, very early on. Are these guys PvP viable? Honestly, yes and no. They kind of power through the Kuurth setup a little bit because of the rising up buffs. You're still going to take a reduction in damage, but you know what? At least you get the strengthened in there and everything. You got a few things that help you move through it a little bit. They lack the despair, which is now going to become very big. If we're going to start seeing angrier in the meta, especially the blaster one, that could be a little bit of an issue for our bruiser over there. If we see the infiltrator run, that could be a little bit of an issue for StarLord, but honestly, it's a fun team up if you're not running into Kuurth with that stupid rune, and your Thundra can do max damage from rising up, and you're using something to set up pressure point debuffs, which is the Paragon exploitation and whatnot, then she is fully capable of taking somebody out. She loves to go in big on protectors, but the problem is protectors now tend to run the elite ISO. So yeah, she pounds their face in, but they also kind of laugh and drain her for doing it. The biggest thing is she's melee in a kind of unfriendly meta to melee. So it's a workable team. It's one that I believe, if it's set up properly, could get you into high diamond and maybe vibranium. I don't know if it's really ADA worthy unless you're bringing ways of shutting down things that you see in the current meta. And that would be things like the electricity meta and the potential emerging angrier meta. So they're fun, but at least you get to see them in action, kind of make your own decision off of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the channel for a potentially angry surprise in the next few days. See ya.